I'm going to show you today how you can gain more insight from Excel by using data from the Windows Azure Marketplace DataMarket. I'm starting here in Excel with a workbook of my sales for the summer months. I can see that from March through July my sales are increasing and they peak in the July-August time frame. So I'd like to see if the weather had a big effect, as it looks like it does, on my sales. What I've done already is downloaded and installed the Excel add-in from the DataMarket site. That added a button to the Data tab called Import Data from DataMarket. When I click that, I see a pane here that allows me to either sign up for a DataMarket account or to enter my account key for my existing account. I already have an account, so I'm just going to paste my account key in there and click Sign In. At this point, I see a list of the datasets I've already subscribed to. I can also click Browse for Datasets to go to the DataMarket Marketplace and find new datasets to use. I'll click on that. Here I am at the DataMarket site where I can see all of the different datasets that are available. I'll search for weather, and here I can see 4 different datasets related to weather from the marketplace. Historical observations looks like a good fit for what I want here. Now I'm on the dataset detail page where I can see sample images and reports based on this dataset. I can click on the Details tab where I can see all the different parameters I can query on and the different properties that come back in the results from this dataset. I can also see the different pricing options in the upper right hand corner. In this case, I'll select the limited subscription that's free there and click Sign Up. I review and agree to the terms of use for this dataset. I've already done this beforehand, so I'll click Accept. Now I've signed up for this dataset, and I can go ahead and explore and begin to use it. I'll click on the Explore this dataset link, and we're brought to a feature that we call the Service Explorer. This allows me to construct queries against the dataset and interactively see the results from it. So I want to see if we have a weather station in my particular city. So I'll switch to the station list entity set here, and I'll search for Seattle, Washington. When I click Run Query, we go and execute a query against that dataset and see the list of stations here. There's the station at the Boeing field. That looks like a good fit. So I'll copy that station ID. You'll notice that the other entity set here is the actual historical weather data. So I can click on that to make sure I actually have observations for this weather station. I'll paste that station ID in and click Run Query again. And here we can see lots of results that came back. Excellent. Now I want to go back to Excel and see if I can now use this data as part of my analysis. So I'll switch back to Excel and go to a new sheet here. If I refresh my list of subscribed datasets, we'll see that now I also have that WeatherBug historical observations dataset that I just subscribed to. I can click Import Data, and now a query builder opens in the Excel UI here. What I'd like to do is only download the weather observations for that particular weather station. So I'll add a filter, and I'll filter on again that station ID equal to that Boeing field station. Now I'll click Import Data, and at this point the Excel add-in is going out to the DataMarket service to retrieve all of the weather data for that particular weather station and downloading it into Excel. This could take a bit of time because there are many different years of weather data for this particular weather station. Great. Now that's finished, we can see all of the different weather station data across all the different observation dates. I'll just sort by that so that we can see the data starts in 2001 and goes all the way down to 2010. So a very complete set. I'm going to give this a table name, weather data. And now what I'll do is I'll go back to my sales analysis and I'm going to add a new column to represent the high temperature on the particular date that I had those sales. So I'll call this high temp, and I'm going to use the VLOOKUP function to look up from the weather data table the high temperature for this particular date. So the value I'm looking for is this particular date, and the table array that I'm looking in, if I go back here, will take the observation date, and I'll take the rest of these columns so that we also have the high output, which is in column 5. And I'll look up and return the value for column 5 as well. Excellent. So now we can see that we have all of the high temperatures for those dates alongside my sales. I'm just going to switch those high temperatures to a different axis here. So now we can see that, as my sales in blue here go up during the summer months, that corresponds nicely to the increase in temperature. And you'll also notice a few heat waves we had here in Seattle. A couple days when the temperatures were up in the mid-90s, and you'll notice that my sales have also peaked at those corresponding days. So it looks like there's a high correlation for my business between sales and weather. Insight that I was able to glean because I took my sales data in Excel and I analyzed that against weather data that I brought in from the Windows Azure Marketplace DataMarket. You can do the same sort of analysis by downloading the Excel add-in from the DataMarket site at datamarket.azure.com.